Alright, so I've been talking about this for a while, but I finally got my ducks moved down here. I even bought 3 more. Looks like we've already got some eggs this morning, which is good. So, I moved them down here yesterday, and the plan is to release them today so they can go play in the pond. Oh, look at all the eggs! Good girls! So, you know Theodore, you know Thea and Thora. That one's Thea. And that one's Thora. The darkest one is Cheese. That one's Strudel, that one's Cream, and then there's Thumbelina. So yeah, I bought 3 more hens from a livestock swap that me and my mom went to. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, you guys wanna go out and play in the pond? You guys can get down there. It's not full. Our ponds have been pretty low. And this one's probably not going to hold water for like a super long time because it's got these willows in the middle of it. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to move the ducks down here so that they can galley it. Look, they're already down there. Go on, Theodore. Go on, Thumbelina. So I'll have them down here. Right now this is all I got, but eventually I want to take that little green trailer that we've got and turn it into a trailer that I can take the ducks from pond to pond. So I'll be working on that slowly, but it's not something I can do right now, but that's something I can work on. But yeah, I think they'll be happier down with a little bit more water. I think they'll be able to forage a little bit better too. The plan right now is to let them out during the day, around 9 o'clock, because most of them seem to lay between like 8 and 9. So, and then I'll come back at like 7 and try to entice them in with food. That's worked before with my original 4. So that's what I'm gonna try and do, is get them all into the pen at night with some food. So well, yeah, we'll see how that works. You guys like it? Yeah? All right, Theodore, these are your girls. You gotta keep them safe, okay? So yeah, I have like 3 mallards, 2 cayugas. I think the white one is a pekin, and then I have the one with the white on its neck there was a Swedish, I think. Yeah, but I know a guy who has some silver apple yards, and I'm gonna try and buy some chicks from him at some point. And then I would like to get some like Welsh Harlequins because I think they're really pretty. So I plan on getting like a flock of maybe 10 hens and maybe 1 or 2 drakes. I don't want a very big flock of ducks, but I do want some ducks. So yeah. They look happy. I think they're enjoying this already. Good, good. All right, you guys take care. I will be back to check on you later. Theodore, please watch over your girlies. And we'll come feed you later in the day. All right. I think they're really enjoying themselves. And for how little this pond might have had water in it, we can already tell there's life in it. Here's a crawdad claw right there. I found a head earlier. And there's shells everywhere, and there's water bugs and frogs. So if we can get this pond to hold water. What do you think, guys? You like that? It's better than your tiny pool, isn't it? I didn't film it yesterday, but so I let the ducks out yesterday to go play in the pond, and they had fun. And they spent all day down here, and then like around 5 o'clock, they waddled their little butts all the way back home up the driveway. So I had to round them up and bring them back down here. Hello, good morning. How is everybody? Y'all went out? You gonna go play in the pond today? You don't need to waddle your way back up to the house. I will come down and feed you. 6, 7. Come on, Theodore. You go play in the pond. Come on, Thumbelina. Goofy ducks. Well, it's only like noon or 1 o'clock. Guess who waddled their way all the way back? So I wonder if I let them stay here overnight, if they'll waddle down to the pond and then waddle their way back when they're all ready. I guess we can only find out. Alright, day of truth. The ducks have been in the pen for 3 days. Now we're going to see if they actually stay down here, or if they waddle on back to the house. If they waddle on back to the house, then there's no point in keeping the kettle down here, so I'll just bring it back up. And maybe like once, twice a week, I'll bring them down to this pond or a pond so that they can come and swim and do their ducky things and then waddle on back home. Look, there's still water in the pond. You can come on down. There you go. Oh, there goes Theodore. Theodore! Go play in the pond! Thirsty ducks. So, yeah, the pond's gone down quite a bit over the week. This one just doesn't hold a lot of water, and that's probably because of the willows here. I like that they provide shade in the pond, but otherwise there's just not a lot of water here. Looks like a crawdad hole. I know there's life in the pond. We just need to remove these willows from the middle of the pond and get it to start holding water. So if they waddle back up to the house, I'll bring the kennel back up and might, well, take them down to another pond for a day or two or so. If they're not going to stay and they're just going to continually waddle on back down to the house, then I just take them on a road trip every so often. But yeah, this pond's probably not going to hold water for too much longer, and then it's going to be all out again. So, oof, we'll have to work on that. Well, it's 5 o'clock, and guess who didn't waddle their way up here? The ducks. They actually stayed down there at the kennel. So I went early to feed them because of some other circumstances. One, it sounds like we might get some rain, but I don't know. And then I ended up having to catch a snake and put it in a bucket so I could relocate it. And I didn't want it to stay in the bucket for too long. So I went down and fed them earlier than I normally do, but they were all there in the kennel, ready and waiting for food, so it worked. Now I don't know if I'll have to wait 3 days each time I move them to a different pond, but maybe. But that's progress, and they'll be able to be down there at the pond for a while. So my only concern now is like the coyotes. That's really it. But yeah, so that's cool. That pond's not going to hold much water for much longer, so when it empties, either I'll just take their kiddie pool down and I'll fill that in the middle of the pond, or I'll go ahead and make the effort to move them to a different pond. Alright, forget everything I said. You guys are supposed to stay down at the pond. Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? Alright, well, it's not time to feed you yet. I guess I'll have to go down and go get your water bowls and... Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, you guys. Alright, so that's not going very well. Oh my goodness. Never mind, no progress has been made. Alright, well, since the ducks won't stay down next to the kennel where I want them to, I figure if they're just gonna waddle on back home, then maybe once or twice a week, I'll just drive them down to a different pond on the property, and they can have fun playing in the water, as duck should. So yeah, this is a different pond. It's still in the front of the property. It's about the same distance from the house as the other one is, but it is a different pond. This one's bigger. It's also on the low end, but I think they'll enjoy it. So I'll let them have the day here and make sure that they waddle on back. If they don't, then I'll need to come out and find them. So eventually I'll have to take that kennel I brought down to the other pond and take it back up. Rearrange my little nursery area and all that. Looks like this is holding more water than it was last time I was down here, so that's good. I need to go about checking the ponds in the back, because I've been told one of them is empty now. This one's definitely got some life in it. I've been seeing frogs. There's some possum tracks down there, or either possum or raccoon. I think there's a raccoon. So yeah, I think let them waddle back up, and then once or twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, depending on how I'm feeling, bring them down to one of the ponds so that they can swim around and forage and do all that fun stuff, and they can stay up at the main house for a while. Eventually I would still like to get that trailer into like a tractor, like a duck trailer kind of thing, but I'm gonna have to like figure out how to train them to that, I guess. But for right now, I guess this is what we got, so we'll work with it. I don't know, maybe they just didn't like the other pond, so we'll see what happens. If they end up staying down here, then I might just have to bring that other kennel over here for them. Hi, Cream, what you looking for? Are you gonna eat small frogs? Crawdads? But otherwise, they seem to be doing okay. I'm not getting very many eggs, but I am getting eggs, and I am grateful for that, so... yeah. So we'll see what they do. Well, they were down there for maybe an hour. Okay. I know they can find their way back still, I guess.